Good morning, everybody. Today, oh gosh, I'm in the dark. Turn around this way. Okay. Today we're gonna go to a ranch, and I'm gonna tell a story about a sheriff that lived here in town. And let's see, he was sheriff here from 1903, or I'm sorry, 1929 to 1933. And in 1898, he was actually the constable of the Gold Run Township, which is now known as the little town of Midas, and then he came here to be the sheriff of Humboldt County. So right now, we're going to stop and give you a look at his house, where he used to live here in town. He was a very prominent figure and very well loved, from what I understand, of the townspeople, and he was a very good sheriff. So let's go take a look at his house. We can't go inside, but we can take a look at the outside of the house. And I have brought along with me a couple of compadres, my granddaughters, and let me introduce you to them. Hey, and there's Savannah. Everybody already knows Savannah. She's my usual exploring partner. And this is my other granddaughter, Sydney. She's from California, and she came here to visit and do a little exploring with us today. So here's my two troublemakers. And we are going to get out and take a look at the lamb house, which we're parked by right now, and then we'll go on out to the ranch. Here at the lamb house, and this is the side of it right here. This house is really old. It's on the Historical Society Registry for Historical Homes. And we're just going to walk on around here and just kind of give you a look at the home that Sheriff Selah Graham Lamb lived in when he lived here in Winnemucca. Of course, things were quite different back then. I'm not even sure if the streets were paved. May have been dirt roads, I'm not sure. It's actually a really nice house, and this is where our story begins. Right here in this house where Sheriff Graham lived with his family. It's really a cool old house in the town of Winnemucca. So let's go take a look at the ranch. Take my little buddies here with me. We're going on a historical tour today, and we'll tell you the rest of the story. There's my crazy granddaughter. Okay, here's the ranch. It's called the Pinson Ranch. And this plays a major part in the story that I'm going to tell you. And on October 5th in 1933, Sheriff Lamb and his son Ray came to this ranch. It's called the Pinson Ranch, to investigate an incident involving a cowboy named Glenn Hibbs, who was threatening his ex-wife, who was the daughter of the Pinson Ranch owners. And other members of the family, he was threatening them as well. And the sheriff brought the woman and her daughter to Winnemucca, which is about, I would say maybe 50 miles from here. And back then, I'm sure the roads were not exactly the best as they are right now. And Lamb and his deputies, who were named Erling Prout and Jack Duvivier, scoured the hills around here looking for Mr. Hibbs. They stayed the night in this ranch And Sheriff Lamb woke the next morning at dawn to hear voices shouting in the yard, so he stepped outside to see what was going on. And I'll get a close-up of the ranch house if I can, as soon as I can here. And when he stepped outside to investigate, he saw Hibbs, the cowboy that was causing the trouble, standing on one of these hills up here. So, and I'm not sure which direction he was in, but he had to be somewhere close up to the house, which is over in that direction over there. I'll see if I can get a better picture in a minute. I believe the ranch house is right there in front of that big tree. So he had to be on one of these hills right back up here. So Hibbs saw the sheriff come out of the ranch house over there, and he shot him with his rifle. He was about 150 feet away from the sheriff when he shot him. And when Hibbs saw the sheriff, he raised his rifle and fired at him. Hold on just a second. So Hibbs actually shot the sheriff 4 times, and then he made a run for the barn, which I'm guessing would be this building right over in here. At which time he fell down behind some bushes. So, knowing that he was probably toast after shooting the sheriff, he took the gun and he shot himself fatally. Sheriff Lamb was rushed to the hospital in Winnemucca. Like I said, it's about 50 miles away, but he died of his wounds. His funeral was held on October 10th, 1933, and he was such a popular sheriff that he had 100 cars of mourners from the procession to the cemetery, which included a lot of lawmen from all over the state of Nevada and the neighboring states. And all the businesses in Winnemucca were closed that day as a show of respect for Sheriff Lamb. And the family has kept this ranch pretty much intact the way it was back in 1933. And it's just sort of a memorial to their family. They haven't done anything with it or anything, but I do see some tire tracks right in here. I believe they do have a caretaker. These look like fresh tire tracks that comes in and waters and does some things in there, make sure there's no vandalism or whatever. So let's just take some pictures here and walk around and see what we can see. So from here in the road leading into the ranch, I'm going to go ahead and close it up. I'm done with that. So you can see, there's the old farmhouse right there. You see it. I wish we could go in and walk up around it, but it's private property, so we can't. But I believe that was the old farmhouse back there, and an outbuilding, and I believe this right here is the old barn. Everything here is made out of wood. I think is so cool. Wow, there's some old buildings like back up in there. I don't know what those would be for, but they're awesome. And we'll walk around over here. The old fences, everything is just incredible. It says no trespassing, so we can't go in there, but I will take some pictures. These were some of the old cattle stalls where they had their cattle. And back over in there, it's like some old buildings where they took care of their animals and whatnot. This was quite an old, famous ranching family back in the day. I love this old cattle operation. Let me walk over here. And there's my partners in crime over there. Here's an old cattle chute where they'd walk the cattle up, and right there on the end, they would open the doors. A truck would pull up here, and one by one, they would load the cattle up into the trucks right out that door, right out the end. I bet this was an awesome working ranch when it was working. I would have loved to have seen it. Let me see if I can take a little look through here. Yeah, this is just more cattle pens. They must have had quite a herd of cattle. So we're going to take a little bit of a walk over around the side over there, see if we can get a better picture of the house. And this was kind of a good advantage to be here at this ranch, because when the railroad came through, and you see the tracks there, they could load their cattle onto cattle cars and didn't have to truck them anywhere. So that was kind of a good thing for them. Interesting country out here, a lot of mining country out here. Back over in the hills, this is a mine road. Leads out to 2 gold mines, big operations. And lots of hills up here. Lots of these hills have many, many mine shafts and holes. And this is just the territory around this house. This must have been a really quiet, pleasant place to be back in the day. I'm just going to walk around here. Gosh, I love this place. It's really cool. I'm going to walk up along that line, girls, if you want to come with me. Miss Savannah's over here panting, getting too hot. There's cold water in the truck, Savannah, whoever you are.
Oh, cool.
We'll just walk up around the outside of the fence here. And this is the country that they lived in. Nice cattle country.
Is that why there's a cattle guard?
Yep. And the cattle guard. The Miss Savannah is having trouble getting across.
I feel like my foot's gonna fall in it.
Just to keep the cattle from crossing the road, which I've seen them cross anyway. And here's another perspective of the ranch. When I worked for the mines, I used to drive a 45-foot bus past this place. At night, it looks really eerie. See if we can walk along the line here. Lots of traffic now on this road. That's pretty cool right there. Gosh, I wish I could go in there and walk around, but there's no trespassing signs everywhere along here. Pretty cool big old mountain up there behind. He's right at the foot of a huge mountain. Good wind protection. Here's my explorers. Here we can get a little bit better picture of the house. It's not a big house. Small little ranch house. And from what I understand, it's got the same original curtains. Everything's in the house furniture. Would be so cool to go inside. I know. And that's about it for this ranch. But it had an interesting story. It's a scene of a shootout with the sheriff and his deputies and a gone crazy cowboy and a panting granddaughter who's being annoying.
Hey, I wish I could live here.
I know. This would be so cool, wouldn't it? All right. Well, I guess that's about all we can see from here. Just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of history of the gunfight that went on here. It's kind of a piece of our history in this area. And very famous sheriff. Very well liked. And this was once a very thriving ranch called the Pinson Ranch. Out of Golconda, we happened across this house. We took some pictures of some others, but this one actually is not fenced, and it's open. So we're just going to take a look inside. I don't think we should wander through it, ladies, because it doesn't look real sturdy.
Last two. Whoa. Probably could have gone with 20 feet. Do you see that big hole?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a big hole here. Yeah, it's probably just under the foundation. I don't think there's a basement. It's just a hole.
Oh, yes.
Might be some critters in there too, so we don't want to... Wow. Look at the old door. And the old windows above the door, you don't see that anymore. I bet this was a business of some sort, don't you think?
Yeah. Maybe a store.
Yeah, it looks like it might have been a store of some sort. Lots of old parts and pieces in here. That's pretty awesome. You can see through the roof. Did you girls see that?
Oh, yeah.
See right through the roof where it's falling apart.
I want to know why there's chicken wire up there.
I don't know. Depends on what the store was for and what was going on. Who knows? Well, this whole building is just wood. Nothing but wood. Old cabinets. Old stuff. I hear a bird. Oh, yep. There was a little birdie.
Ew, I see a dead bird in there.
Yeah, it's quite possible. But this whole entire building is just wood plank. Wow, look at all that trash. Old desks. This was a business of some sort. Look at all the desks stacked up on top of each other.
Dang.
And then there's like a little room in the back. Watch out for the glass on the ground, girls. It's a good thing you got your shoes on, sis.
Yeah, I'm glad I wore some shoes now.
And here's some equipment. Not sure what that was about. Bunch of old tires. Bunch of old junk out in the yard beside it. I like that one right there. That old tractor. That is so cool. Did you see that old yellow tractor, guys? Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Well, at least we got to see in a building, huh? This is a pretty cool place. Wow. I wonder what the story was behind this one. It'd be cool to find out. Okay, I saw this old gas station on the road. Gotta stop and look at everything, you know. Just an old gas station. Really cool. So of course I have to stop and go take a look. I don't see any no trespassing signs. Big hole there dig over here, probably, I'm guessing, digging up the tanks. Watch where I'm walking. Look at these old gas pumps. These are so cool. Man, those are old. Gotta go over and take a look in that building. A lot of debris on the ground, old pipes, digging up the piping. I bet they're retrieving the tanks. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Oh, there's a door open in the back, actually. See that door? Let's go around the back and see if we can walk in the door. There's an old ice building. See if we can get around back here. I left the girls in the car because they said it was too hot. So I left them in the truck with the air conditioning running. Huh. There's another emblem. Same guy on the back. Pretty cool. Look at this. Look at this. An old gas station. This is pretty cool. Wow. Lots of debris. Some old tires. I'm gonna wander in here just a little bit. An old workstation there. That's pretty awesome. Look at all the crap they left on the floor. Wow. I have no idea how old this place is. It's on the National Registry of Historical Places. And that's about all there is to the building. I've been wanting to come in here and see this for a while. I finally come in and did it. Well, better get back out to the truck before my truck overheats. The air conditioner running. Cool, now I can say I was in it. Wow, it's hot. See if we can get back around here. And get back in my truck.
Blizzard. Do you guys want some?
Oh, there you go. See how nice they are? They're sharing their ice cream with you guys.
I have a fudge stuffed cookie. Want a bite?
Oh, got a bite of cookie. And I got a banana split blurry, and I'm going to keep it all to myself. We decided this was going to be the way we're going to end our little adventure today. So,
Ooh, hot.
Did you say hot? How can ice cream be hot?
The cookie.
Oh, the cookie. Did you guys get all that? All right. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.